Jagger. Just thought I'd do a little ride here at the end of my work week. I missed the weekend due to some shit, but hey, it's what it is. Figured I would kind of let you guys know a little more about myself and an update in life. It's kind of late in the evening, so hopefully the sun don't hurt us too bad, but what it is. Alright, well, first, okay, I know I said on a lot of my videos I was going to Sturgis this year. It didn't happen. I'd mentioned about needing to move and how I was having some major problems with the landlord. That move ended up happening the week before Sturgis. Just housing for, especially living in an RV, is miserable right now. There's not a lot available in California. Inflation on everything makes housing outrageous. So I now live in Tehachapi. Yeah, this is where I went to school at, so I kind of came home. I'm loving it. Been back a couple of months now, trying to get everybody settled in family-wise and stuff. You met them all, going and doing things with them. I'm hoping to get back on track on being able to make videos. Really missed not doing Sturgis. Yeah, I was looking so forward to it. I've been planning. I haven't been in about 10 years, 11 years. Yeah, 11 years since I've been. And it was time to go again, but I'll try again next year. You know, family is more important, taking care of it. The moving situation there, in the last year there's been 7 or 8 people shot, most within a block to a mile of the property I was living on. Can't have family there. It's just too much gang, too much shit. There's a deer in that field. Oh, a whole bunch of them. Cool. Looking at the one farther away and missed all of them that were sitting on the road. Yeah, it just got ugly. The landlord, without going into personal stuff on it, he was just ridiculous. Called CPS on us, Child Protective Service. Turned off the electricity, turned off the water multiple times. Had to have the cops and lawyers get involved in order for us to be able to be there long enough to leave. So it was a necessity. There was no choices on it. But I'm not disappointed. I'm really happy with being back in Tehachapi. Been looking at houses and looking at making it a more permanent thing and getting out of the RV here. It changes the riding. I've got some great little roads right here in town, but I have to go a little further distance to record a lot more, but it's worth it. Work is crazy, so like I said, I wanted to tell you guys a little bit about myself. I've been a truck driver for 20 plus years. I've got somewhere in the range of 3 million miles now. I know I'm well over 2 million, and it's a love-hate. I'm good at it. I enjoy a lot of it. I love to travel, but oh, it gets tiring. This week I got delayed for 2 different days. I sat out a customer for 40 hours. That's just stupid to sit in one place as a truck driver that gets paid by production to sit for 40 hours. Well, that took my weekend away. So how am I supposed to film when I lose my weekends? How am I supposed to do things with my family when I lose the weekends? So it just kind of, that's the sucky side, part of the sucky side of the whole thing. I don't know. I'll have to figure out something on that if it doesn't start correcting and getting itself better with the company I'm at. I've been there a long time and I really enjoy working for these guys, but I'm at the point that I'm done sacrificing all the time. Ooh, can't see shit. Woo. Back in, went sideways in that gravel. Fun times. Okay, on playing in gravel and stuff. Found the stuff to fix the KTM. It's down in storage at some family's house. I'm probably going to be looking at bringing it up and putting some money into it. There's a couple of items on it that are going to be pretty expensive, but we found the stuff so that I can bypass, or not bypass, I can reset the security system without having to take it to the dealership and paying out the ass to get the security reset. That's exciting. I really love that bike. I don't know how much I'm going to ride it. It's an expensive bike to ride. It's getting harder and harder to find parts for. And to be honest, it's crazy. It's almost twice the horsepower that this thing has, and this has enough for most things. There's a few reasons I would like to do tune and maybe a couple of upgrades on this, but 90% of the time I'm more than happy with what this bike does. Oh, one more. And the power and stuff that this bike has. So it wouldn't be that big of a deal to me to have it, or to even maybe sell it. And it's hard because I've got so many memories and so many trips and so much history with that bike. So I'm not real sure what I'm going to do. So I'm not definitely going to fix it up before I do it. There's a lot of plastics and rubbers that have gotten dried out on it. I need a new front rim. It's between $600 and $800 just for that rim. And I got to go through the suspension on it, and that's expensive too. I got leaky forks and stuff, but most of it I could just tinker with. So I'm debating making that my winter project, just to get that bike running and going again. This one, I got a couple of maintenance items I need to do on it right now, but overall I'm just running it. Since the last time I actually talked to you guys, I've added these mini apes. They're 14s. What a bitch. The bars themselves are great. We're supposed to have everything chromed, everything done. The switches, some of them are broke. This was supposed to be chrome. It was broke. My clutch lever was chrome. It showed up broke. The cables and all that shit, you can see the gigantic mess they are because they didn't send the right sizes. Very disappointing for the quality, but I do like the bars. So cables and all that shit, that'll all eventually get swapped out to something different, something that works better on this in the right size for this bike. I just hate spending money on stuff and having junk show up. The interfering, I need to do something with it. I don't know if I want to take it all apart and paint it, what I want to do. The whole bike could use a paint job, but the way I use it, I mean, you guys saw in the camping video, my 4-year-old son was crawling all over it. With the paint being in rougher shape, I don't have to stress and worry about it. If I take it out in the dirt, I don't have to stress and worry about it, because it's not in that beautiful of a shape. It looks good enough that it gets compliments everywhere I go, but it's definitely no show bike. It's a rider, and I use it and ride it hard. Yeah, I don't know. I've been debating on my videos whether to do more of the riding stuff where I don't talk as much and just let you guys hear the bike. You know, that's kind of what I enjoy. I've seen a couple of other YouTubers just recently, since I've been doing it, that are bigger YouTubers that have started doing it as well. Ride to Food in Colorado, she released one in just the last day or two of Colorado. I don't know if I'm going to get to do it because winter's setting in on me, but I'm planning on renting a bike and trying to do a ride video in the mountains in Colorado for work while I'm at work. Shade Tree Surgeon, on his second channel, he's been doing a little bit more of those riding videos where he just he's not talking as much. And yeah, if you watch Shade Tree Surgeon, he talks all the time in his videos. I guess he's a hard man to shut up. I hope to meet him someday. I've had a couple of chances to be close to him and haven't got the opportunity to meet him. I think we'd have a good time. So with the stuttering on my words, that gives me one of my other things. For me, I have childhood apraxia. It's a speech, mostly a speech thing. and I stumble over words. I really struggle to say a lot of words. I work around. I hear and know when I watch back the videos, it's really hard during editing because I know I screw up words. And there's times I know while I'm saying it that I'm screwing it up, like I just did for Shade Tree Surgeon. But there's times when I listen back that I don't, so I get very agitated and upset with myself. And there's been a few videos that have been completely scrapped because nerves, concentration, tired, whatever, has my speech in a much rougher shape than I would like to present and do. So that's one of the reasons for it. The childhood apraxia stuff, so it's not well known what it is, but it's a neural disconnect in my head, or neurological disconnect. I can hear what most people say. I can't get it to come out and form the same way out of my mouth and to make it sound correct. And most of the time with it, when it's even on the bad, when I was younger, it affected me to where I just couldn't it sounds right to me, but I don't know that I'm messing up. That's what I was trying to say. It's, you know, there's not really much that I could do for it. Speech therapies can help. Most people in my life don't know that I have it and don't recognize it. I have a high lack of sleepless week, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's shining through. Because if I get really tired or stressed or things like that, it makes it show through more that I'm having an issue. It just, I mean, there's not much I can do about it. It just is what it is. And we all have our struggles, you know? So why stress about stuff that you can't handle? I'm not sure where this dirt road comes out on this side. Let's go check it out. Alex's grandparents had a ranch that was out here somewhere on one of these dirt roads that comes across here. Over here is the Tehachapi prison, which between the train tracks and the prison, and I guess the windmills, is what Tehachapi's famous for. So yeah, that's a little bit about me and who I am, some of my life situation that's going on. I mean, it gets way deeper than that. An event coming up I'd like to mention down at Lancaster or Palmdale Harley-Davidson on October 22nd. They're holding it's going to be from noon to 5. There's going to be a suicide awareness benefit going on. I know kind of know the guy through social media and stuff that's putting it on and hosting it. Seems like a really cool guy. If the stuff and the money and the benefits truly go to the suicide prevention stuff, I mean, that's a huge benefit. A lot of us and a lot of people suffer from some kind of mental illness and struggles. I mean, it just is what it is. You know, I struggle with my apraxia. I struggle with depression. I struggle with a lot of things. You know, coming and riding my bike, that's one of my therapies. One of the things I don't get a lot, and it's just because of who I am, my personality, is meeting up with people and having good friends. I've only got a select handful of really good friends in life. Most people I don't get along with in a way to be a good, to call a good friend and to hang out and have the goodness with. Not sure if it's this one I want or not. I guess we'll go find out. But yeah, and this world and society we're in makes mental illness really hard. don't talk about it. Insurances don't like to pay for it. You know, and when they do, my medical does get involved. They want to throw meds or drugs at it. They don't want to try to help somebody work through their problems. Well, how many issues do we got going on that are reflected and have implications due to mental illness or the drugs that mental illness is thrown at it? Yeah, that's the road over there I want. That I know comes out. So yeah, it's kind of a thing, you know. And when it comes down to the suicide stuff, it's just so permanent. You know, you can't do shit about it. And let's go down this one. You know, suicide is too ending. A guy I watch, another YouTuber, $1 Million Bogan, did a big, huge benefit ride a couple of years ago for, well, that ain't gonna get us through, for suicide awareness in Australia. And the numbers and stuff that he was talking and found out about was just incredible. I mean, who would have thought that it would be at that level? So yeah, I said that's going to be October 22nd. It'll be Lancaster or Palmdale Harley Davidson in California from noon to 5. I'll try to post a banner up on, or yeah, one of his banners or whatever up on it to show you guys what details are there. You know, that's it. Again, that's one of the big reasons that a lot of guys ride bikes, whether they want to admit it or not, is that it's such a mental relief to come and do this stuff, to get out and ride it. The concentration levels to ride, the concentration levels to cut a curve as perfect as example. Oh shoot, I am on the right road. That's the ranch right there that Alex's grandparents owned and used to be at. She hasn't been there since she was a little girl, but that's their ranch. It was funny that she had family connections to Tehachapi because we didn't meet anywhere near here. So I might need to behave a little more on. Uh-oh, we got the wild dogs. Don't have enough suspension to outrun them, but they had an issue with rev bombing. Yeah, when I get in the dirt, I get too used to having the big suspension of the KTM, so it's easy to get a little overzealous and overexcited. Oh shoot, I might have somebody else when we ride up Banducci to ride with here. Make the bounce up onto the asphalt. Oh. So yeah. Gotta get another brace for these handlebars, because when I hit a bump a little too hard, they do come back. I've just got the stock clamps on there right now, but they make a full brace that goes across the whole bar that'll lock it in a little bit tighter. Yeah, well, yeah, so I'm trying to think where I was going at. So yeah, so it's good if you're having some mental issues to either get out and ride or reach out to your buddies and find somebody to go ride with. I mean, if you're watching this, you're more than likely into riding. That cattle guard is really hard. I've learned my lesson on this one a few times. Well, I'm going to try, and I've said that before, I'm really going to try to get out and start making some more videos. I want this channel to have some success. We've gained a few subscribers recently. The camping video seemed to do really good on getting some views. I mean, for being a new channel. I've got another camping trip. It's going to be a family trip out to the desert coming up soon. Hopefully everybody can get it worked out. And we're going to try to get another video together on it. And if I can, I'm going to try to break out some more of the other gear. I talked about the Jetboil. And I got a couple other little gadgets that I hide in the bike for a lot of camping stuff. And if I can, or I'll try to get that all broke out and to do it. When I have the family with, it's really easy to get distracted or to be a little hard to get the time to focus on it and not play with the family and hike and games and everything else that goes into camping and having them around. So it's like I get this last video, I got home and started looking at it to edit it, and like I never did an outro. I never did half the stuff I had planned, but the video length and the way it turned out seemed to turn out to be okay. So I'm not disappointed in it. This road here, I know nothing ever looks steep on camera. It's pretty steep. My cousins and I used to ride this on our bicycles, and by the time we'd get here, we'd get our brakes hot trying to make these corners, and by the time we'd get to the bottom of the hill, our brakes would actually be smoking on our bicycles. The stupid stuff we do as a teenager. But we would ride all the way out here to do work all day long, and then we'd ride all the way back home coming up this thing. Just the idea of riding a bicycle up this thing just seems impossible nowadays, and I know I've done it 100 times before. So just one of those things of getting old, you know. Well, we got a mile or two more. I'll let you guys try to enjoy this road just a little longer. I'll shut my mouth and I'll let you guys go for the night. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask them. I try to be an open book and try to, you know, to do what I can do. So yeah, I've said that how many times. All right, well, enjoy the next few minutes, guys. The rest of the ride back home is pretty much just straight, easy roads. Thank you guys for joining me. I'm hoping to get a bigger ride video in here soon. Catch you guys then.